sleepless night, concrete paradise, sirens screaming at me. Neon cuts the eye as the distance sighs, and the world.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today on this Thursday, January the 21st, 2021, and what a year it's going to be right here on Music of Destruction. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate it. Welcome to another metallic episode of Music of Destruction, bringing you the best in metal-related content on the only metal channel you need right here on YouTube. If you guys missed anything, click the eye in the upper right corner of the screen from the past week. Get caught up on all of my latest videos. I would certainly appreciate it. If you'd like me to review or cover anything metal-related, please drop it in the comments section below. No slam, deathcore, or metalcore. I don't like any of those genres, so there's no point in asking. Maybe with the exception of Hatebreed. It's probably the only metalcore band that I like, even though I consider them hardcore. Anyway, welcome to Top 15 Thursdays here on the channel once again. And tonight I am doing my top 15 power metal albums. And yes, I know some of you guys might be asking, but I thought you didn't like power metal. Well, that's not altogether true, because there's very specific bands that I do really like from the genre. Now, there's a number of bands from the 80s and 90s that I really connect with, and their music is truly astounding and mesmerizing, and not something that I would ever discredit or discount for their role in shaping metal as a whole. And there really is some incredible bands in this genre that have stuck with me over the last 30 years. Now, I was first introduced to power metal back in the 80s with Dio. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, Dio's traditional heavy metal, but no, Dio is the founder of power metal. Thank you very much. And since then, I've always loved it. Now, granted, there are certain bands in this genre that I absolutely cannot stand, but that's to be expected. You're not going to love all bands in every fucking genre of metal. That's just the way it is. Now, one thing is for sure here, power metal is a means of escapism, as most of its themes are rooted in fantasy, epic battles, storytelling, ancient medieval times, novels, those types of things. But I mean, that's part of the draw of the music, even history in some cases, to escape and feel triumph and power, hence the name of the genre, power metal. This is easily some of the most emotionally uplifting music in the metal umbrella, and definitely has its place amongst fans, myself included. So now let's get into the ranking, alright? Coming in at number 15, Blind Guardian, Somewhere Far Beyond, released in 1992 on Virgin Records, one of the greatest power metal albums of all time. Lots of people don't like Blind Guardian, they find them a little too slow, a little too melodic, but for me it's a perfect combination of epic battle-driven storylines and really epic atmosphere and nice melodies, great passages in this band's music, and some great vocal work. And the production on most of their albums, very organic sounding. They don't have a super squeaky clean production, so yeah, this is an amazing album, Blind Guardian's Somewhere Far Beyond. Make sure you check that out. Coming in at number 14, another Blind Guardian album with Follow the Blind, released in 1989 on No Remorse Records. An album that to me is very overlooked. Now, I know a lot of people gave this a lot of critical praise, but myself, I don't find many people talking about this album, let alone this band, and it seems like this band's really overlooked. Don't understand why. Follow the Blind is a great fucking record from this band. It's very solid, heavy, epic, uplifting emotionally, and just got some of the most great instrumentation I've ever heard on the record. Some of the best instrumentation I've ever heard on a record, and I really love it. So yeah, number 14, Blind Guardian, Follow the Blind. Coming in at number 13, Camelot, The Fourth Legacy, released in 1999 on Noise Records. I got introduced to this band back in the 2000s, and I fell in love with them instantly. Great epic melodic power metal. It's got a lot of great lyricism, great epic keyboard work, atmospheres, textures, passages, just some of the greatest stuff ever put onto tape, in my opinion. Camelot's a band you guys definitely don't want to overlook. I never hear a lot of people talking about these guys either. Don't understand. The Fourth Legacy gets number 13. Coming in at number 12, another Camelot release with the Black Halo, released in 2005. This is the album that introduced me to Camelot. I played this album so much in the 2000s. I used to have it, but I lost it due to fire damage. I've had to rebuild a lot of my collection, but I will be getting probably everything in this list, obviously, at some point, as you can never quit collecting metal if you're a die-hard freak like myself. One of the greatest. If you guys haven't heard the Black Halo, it's worth it. It's got a really dark, sinister approach, but also very emotionally uplifting, epic, atmospheric, fantasy-driven stuff here. Really awesome fucking band. Coming in at number 11, Rhapsody of Fire with Legendary Tales, released in 1997 on Limb Music. Rhapsody of Fire, one of the greats in power metal, one of the heaviest, but also one of the most epic, battle-driven, storytelling bands, with a lot centered around medieval times. Really love this band. This is an amazing album, and I don't hear many people talking about Rhapsody of Fire. I don't know why. Great record. Coming in at number 10, Rhapsody of Fire with Symphony of Enchanted Lands, released in 1998 on Limb Music Productions. Another classic, amazing stuff here from Rhapsody of Fire. One of my favorite records from them, and definitely one that is overlooked by a lot of people, but definitely one that you guys are going to want to check out. I really love all of the atmospheric textures here, the instrumentation, the lyrical themes. It just takes me away and takes me back to enchanted lands, mysterious times, ancient times, medieval times, all that great stuff. This is a fucking killer album. You're going to want to check it out. Coming in at number 9, Hammerfall, Glory to the Brave. One of the most battle-driven records I've ever heard. Very epic fantasy-driven guitar riffs, drum, bass, vocals. Released in 1997 on Nuclear Blast Records. One that, again, deserves to be in your collection. Every band in this list should be in your collection if you're a power metal fan like myself of these bands. Something that I don't hear many people talking about. This is a great album, one that I think is overlooked because a lot of people favor some of their other stuff, but this is the one of their albums that really stuck out to me, and I absolutely love it. Coming in at number 8, Hammerfall with Renegade, released in 2000 on Nuclear Blast Records. This one to me is a combination of all their older stuff, but also has some new modern feel to it, but not modern in the way that you're thinking. Very, very heavy record. This is a dark record, this is an atmospheric record, this is an epic fantasy power metal fucking classic with some of the greatest guitar work I've ever heard on a power metal album. Everything about this record just is a fucking masterpiece. Make sure you check it out. Coming in at number 7, Gravedigger with Tunes of War, released in 1996 on Gun Records. Gravedigger, another classic, epic power metal band. This is an amazing record. It's got some great riffs, great bass, great vocals, great keyboard work, and just a fucking epic masterpiece about war and glory and victory and triumph. You guys are going to want to check out Tunes of War from Gravedigger. Coming in at number 6, Gravedigger, Knights of the Cross, and we got some Gravedigger playing in the background here. This is an amazing record. Knights of the Cross is my favorite release from this band, and I really find myself coming back to this one over and over because it's got some of the best hooks, some of the greatest melodies, some of the most enchanting atmospheres I've ever heard, and it's a fucking killer record. Make sure you check out Knights of the Cross. Coming in at number 5, Iced Earth with Burnt Offerings, released in 1995 on Century Media Records. My favorite Iced Earth record. I do like some of their older stuff. I find some of their discography to be very hit and miss, but this is a fucking angry, dark, goddamn album because they do have some thrash metal thrown in with their power metal, and this is a really dark record. There's a lot of dark atmosphere, a lot of dark emotions happening, but there's also some really emotionally uplifting passages and nuances on this album that I really appreciate as well. Number 5, Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings. Coming in at number 4, Sabotage Sirens, their debut, released in 1983 on Par Records. One of the greatest albums about the sea that I've ever heard, and the battles of the sea. Now, some might offer, well, what about Ahab, the Call of the Wretched Sea? That's Funeral Doom, but Sirens by Sabotage is a really fucking great record. It's very melodic and enchanting, but also got some great heaviness and some great instrumentation. Make sure you check it out. Coming in at number 3, Sabotage, Hall of the Mountain King, released in 1987 on Atlantic Records. Hailed as their best album. I could definitely see why. This is one of the best fucking records I've ever heard from a power metal band. There's so many songs on here that are memorable, and you have to hear it to experience it. I mean, it's Hall of the Mountain King. It's self-explanatory. Go fucking listen to it. Coming in at number 2, Dio with Holy Diver, released in 1983 on Mercury Records. It's Holy Diver from Dio. Power, heavy metal fucking magic. Just such a great emotional release and escape. A battle-driven record, and just one of the greatest heavy metal / power metal albums of all time. It's fucking Dio, man. It's Holy Diver. If you haven't heard it, why are you still here? Go check it out. Coming in at number 1, Dio with Strange Highways, my favorite Dio album, and his heaviest, his darkest, his most atmospheric in my opinion, and definitely the one where he made a very powerful statement And Dio is just an incredible band. This is a very heavy, fast, aggressive album, but it's also got some power metal, epic atmospheres to it, but it's very rooted in heavy metal as well. But it's just such a fucking awesome album that I had to put it in this goddamn list, because it's a mixture of both really fast heavy metal and it's got some power metal atmosphere and textures to it as well. Great fucking album. Number 1, Dio's Strange Highways. Alright, so there you guys have it. Another album ranking here in the books on Music of Destruction. As always, I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed tonight's premiere. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn on the bell, select all so you don't miss anything. Get those notifications. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Music of Destruction. Join the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Music of Destruction. Come talk about metal, post-metal, whatever you guys want to do. Follow me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Music of Destruction as well. I usually do gaming content on the weekends. Now, The Seed, episode 29, History of Iron Maiden, part 2 is up on the Patreon page right now. If you want to support, patreon.com/Music of Destruction. Pick the $5 tier, and you'll get access to the podcast for $1 a month. You'll get shoutouts on my channel, and I'll review anything you want within reason. Of course, your support going to new things, equipment, lighting, cameras, better computer hardware, all that great stuff. Which brings me into Colton James and myself doing our first movie review for our new channel, Reviews on the Run, movie and game reviews. Lots of behind-the-scenes stuff. We're out shooting some behind-the-scenes stuff right now for our new horror film that we're working on, as well as a documentary we're putting together. So yeah, let's check out a clip recently that he made on January the 1st. And we are back. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe, like, share the video. Have a great night. We will see you for Metal Album Warfare Fridays, as well as the live stream tonight. Thank you very much. Have a great day.